Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Carolina Panthers Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube, the Tube. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So I wanted to get on here and just give a quick video update. A couple of moves have been made surrounding the Carolina Panthers. Now, I know last time I got on here, talked about new president of football operations and general manager Dan Morgan. We also have our new coach, Coach Dave Canales. We got our new coach. And he's starting to pull in his staff. So we're gonna go over the staff, as the Panthers have agreed to terms with 4 assistant coaches. Gonna go through them right quick. But yeah, Dave Canales is starting to build his staff. So before we start, I just want to remind everybody to be sure to check out the link in the description for Game Beauty for an awesome lineup of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. If you see something you like and want to make a purchase, use that promo code Blitzball_champ, all in caps, and you can get 10% off of your order as you do your shopping. Definitely check it out. Now, I also want to let everybody know that Thomas Brown, Chris Tabor, James Campen, Parks Frazier won't be retained. So they're gone. And if I remember correctly, I believe Thomas Brown just got picked up by the Chicago Bears as their new passing game coordinator. So, hey, that didn't take long. Also found it interesting, Ben Johnson will be staying with the Detroit Lions as their offensive coordinator. So, I guess David Tepper didn't get his guy. But anyway, let's talk about these new assistant coaches. First off, we have assistant head coach / run game coordinator Harold Goodwin. So Harold Goodwin, 50 years old, is a South Carolina native. He's from Columbia, South Carolina. He was an offensive lineman. When he was a player, he was an offensive lineman. And as a matter of fact, he went to Michigan, so he was a Wolverine. And he actually won a national championship with the Wolverines in 1997. Yep. Nice. And as far as his coaching career, he has been a graduate assistant with Michigan, offensive line coach for Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan, and then he stepped into the pros starting 2004, where he was assistant offensive line coach for the Bears, then offensive line coach and quality control coordinator for the Steelers, then offensive line coach for the Colts, then offensive coordinator. Oh, he was offensive coordinator for the Cardinals. Wow, from 2013 to 2017. So he has some offensive coordinator experience. And then Tampa Bay, he was assistant head coach and run game coordinator. So that's his resume. And he also is a 2-time Super Bowl champion as a coach. He actually, won with the Pittsburgh Steelers, where he was an offensive line coach and quality control coordinator. And the other time, actually, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, when he was the assistant head coach and run game coordinator. So Oh, he's got two rings as a coach, as an assistant coach and whatnot. So hey, looks like he's got quite a resume. And like I said, it's going to be assistant head coach and run game coordinator for the Carolina Panthers. And let's see. But yeah, coach the offensive line with the Steelers and the Buccaneers for both of those Super Bowl rings. But hey, I like what he's got. And I'm sure he could definitely really help with this O-line, especially being somebody that's played O-line and has coached O-line. So, sounds like a good addition to me. That's what I'd say. Hey, sounds like a good addition. Okay. Next up, Bernie Parmalee, who is a running backs coach. He's hired to be the running backs coach. So Bernie Parmalee, 56 years old, from New Jersey, Jersey City, New Jersey. Played college ball at Ball State University. And was a running back. He also played running back for the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets in his playing career. And then once he switched to coaching, let's see, was a tight ends coach and special teams coach for the Dolphins. Then went to college as tight ends coach and special teams coach for Notre Dame. Then back to the NFL, tight ends coach for the Chiefs. Then switched to running backs coach for the Raiders. Then running backs coach for Atlanta for 1 year. And then switching to assistant special teams coach and offensive assistant for Atlanta. And then back to running backs coach. And then finishing as special teams coordinator for the Falcons. Wow, so he's done quite a handful of stuff with Atlanta. Then running backs coach. Recently, he was the running backs coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't really know much about what he's done. Here we go. So, as a player, played 7 seasons with the Dolphins, and in 104 games, 15 rushing touchdowns, 3 receiving touchdowns, rushing for 1,959 yards, and 1,306 receiving yards. And then 2 seasons for the Jets, played 30 games, 2 rushing touchdowns, 220 yards rushing, 179 receiving yards. So, But yeah, his recent stint was with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Running backs coach under, first under Urban Meyer, and then the last 2 seasons under Doug Peterson. And now running backs coach for the Carolina Panthers. Well, he's actually in the Ball State. He was in the Hall of Fame in 2021. I guess the College Hall of Fame, where he played. He was the third leading rusher all time. 1987. Oh, nice. But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything bad or great to say about him, but I mean, we'll see how he does. We'll see how he does. I mean, if his recent stint with Jacksonville, I mean, getting to work with Travis Etienne, the running backs there, so not bad. Not bad. All right. Switching gears to wide receivers coach Rob Moore. Okay, wide receivers coach Rob Moore. 55 years old, from Hempstead, New York. Played college at Syracuse. Okay. He played 11 seasons. Played with the New York Jets, Arizona Cardinals, and Denver Broncos. Well, Denver Broncos as a practice squad member. Let's see. In 153 games played, Moore registered 628 receptions for 9,368 yards and 49 touchdowns. In the 1997 season, which he was with the Cardinals, he caught 97 catches for 1,584 yards and 8 touchdowns, and got first team All-Pro selection. Apparently, he was in the movie Jerry Maguire. Oh, interesting. Okay. But yeah, as a player, first team All-Pro in 97, two-time Pro Bowler in 94 and 97, receiving yards leader in 97. Well, all right. He was also part of the All-Rookie team in 1990 and an All-American in 1989. Okay. So, done a little something as a wide receiver. Done a little something. Let's see. Coached, but yeah, he's been a wide receivers coach his entire coaching career. First starting off Montclair High School in New Jersey, then Phoenix JC, which is a community college in Phoenix, Arizona. And then, he even coached at Syracuse. Then Buffalo Bills, that's where he got his first pro stint coaching. Then the Oakland Raiders, then the Tennessee Titans. Okay. So his most recent stint was wide receivers coach for the Tennessee Titans. Okay. So he got to work with D-Hop. Got to work with a little bit of D-Hop. I mean, hey. The guy sounds pretty cool. He's been around. He's definitely been around. And then, finally, out with James Campen, in with new offensive line coach Joe Gilbert. Joe Gilbert, 59 years old, out of Horseheads, New York. Played college at Hamilton College. Not sure what position on the O-line he played, but he was an offensive lineman. And as a matter of fact, coached, was offensive line coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, offensive line coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they won the Super Bowl in 2020. So he does have a ring. Let's see. When he played at Horseheads High School, earned all twin tier honors before going to Hamilton College, and was a 3-time all-conference selection, 4-year starter on the O-line. So he became the first Hamilton player to earn first-team All-American honors during his senior season. Interesting. But yeah, it's a private liberal arts college, this Hamilton College. And with his coaching career, was a graduate assistant first for Albany College, then assistant offensive line coach and recruiting coordinator for Penn. Oh, got a little bit of Ivy League experience. Okay, I see you. Then was an offensive line coach and recruiting coordinator for Northeastern College. Then offensive line coach for Maine. And then offensive coordinator and offensive line coach for Maine a little bit later. Then he was actually a head coach for 1 year for Mansfield. The Mansfield Mountaineers or Mounties, which is a Division II college. Then offensive line coach for Toledo, then offensive line coach for UCF, then a tight ends coach back to Toledo, then an offensive line coach for Houston, offensive line coach for Illinois, then an offensive line coach and assistant head coach for Illinois. And then he got his first taste of coaching in the NFL as an assistant offensive line coach for the Colts before becoming offensive line coach for the Colts. And then back to assistant offensive line coach for the Colts. Jeez. And then offensive line coach and run game coordinator for Arizona Wildcats. Okay. And then his most recent stint, offensive line coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is where he got a Super Bowl ring. Cool. And like I said, it's not to say that I was never a fan of James Campen. I liked James Campen, but he's no longer here. So hopefully Joe Gilbert can really help enhance and turn things around with some good coaching of our offensive line, because the O-line definitely regressed. There needs to be some new pieces, but hopefully this O-line can make a comeback. Here's hoping. But those are the additions to the coaching staff. And I think this was made official, but supposedly it looks like Brant Tillis, the VP of football operations for the Chiefs, I believe is going to be acquired by the Carolina Panthers. I'm not sure if it's in the same role. I think it's the same role. Vice President of Football Operations. Of course, Dan Morgan is the president, so he'd be working right under Dan Morgan. But Samir Suleiman has been released as the Director of Negotiations and Salary Cap Manager, so no longer with the Panthers. So, and apparently Brant Tillis specializes in cap. So, could be big. Could be really big. And supposedly he could be the kind of the buffer between Dan Morgan and David Tepper. Remains to be seen, but yeah, I haven't seen any like official article like on the Panthers.com or anything like that, but so I've been told that they will end up getting Brant Tillis, but of course, you know, the Chiefs and Niners are getting ready to play in the Super Bowl. But anyway, those are the updates so far for the Carolina Panthers. I mean, they still got a lot of work to do, but they've been making some progress. And like I said, you know, Dave Canales has been working on putting together his coaching staff. I know Ajaro Avero, our defensive coordinator, has still been getting interviews for head coaching positions. But word is that he would not be able to interview elsewhere for offensive coordinator because he's technically still under contract. But apparently he can still become a head coach. So we still have Ajaro for now, but that could change, I guess. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, and of course, Super Bowl has been confirmed. It will be a rematch from actually a couple of years ago. San Francisco 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, Kansas City, they pretty much stomped the Baltimore Ravens into the ground. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, kind of feel for Lamar Jackson. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel for Lamar Jackson. I mean, I don't know what happened after that first half. It just went downhill. I mean, Lamar, let's see, 20 of 37, 272 yards, a touchdown, an interception, got sacked 4 times. I mean, he was the main man in the rushing game. 8 carries, 54 yards. Gus Edwards only had 3 carries, 20 yards, and nobody else was doing anything. Zay Flowers, he had the one big incredible touchdown catch. But Zay Flowers, 5 catches, 115 yards, and the touchdown. And Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, also 2 fumbles. So Ravens had 3 total turnovers. And I mean, it's kind of hard to win games when you have so many turnovers. And, you know, the Chiefs, you know, Patrick Mahomes did his thing. 30 of 39, 241 yards, a touchdown. Only sacked twice. Isaiah Pacheco, 24 carries, 68 yards, a touchdown. Travis Kelce, I don't know what it is. They had Patrick Mahomes scrambling for his life, but some way, somehow, he finds Travis Kelce. He just pops up at the right moment, and he's able to get the ball to him. It happens so much during that game. Travis Kelce, 11 catches, 116 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, bam. Like, that's Mahomes' safety blanket that game, especially with him being hurried so many times. Let's see. Deion Bush was who got the interception. Justin Reed got a sack. George Karlaftis got a sack. Tershawn Wharton got a sack. And Charles Omenihu got a sack. But just, yeah. Come second half, just Baltimore could not get anything going. I mean, they put up a field goal. But then again, I mean, Kansas City, I mean, now when you really look at it, second half was kind of a stifle for both teams. Now that I look back at the score, Kansas City didn't really mollywop the Ravens when you think about it. I mean, only a 17-10 victory. I mean, it was close. It was definitely close. Although it was pretty messed up that Travis Kelce kind of trolled Justin Tucker in pregame warm-ups. Thought that was kind of messed up. But, I mean, this is why I said so many times. This is why I've said I want what the Chiefs have. They have a dynasty, y'all. They are proving that more and more it's getting harder to bet against the Chiefs. There's a reason why they've been in the Super Bowl so many times, and they're about to go to another one. This is what, four Super Bowl appearances in the last 6 or so years? I'm telling y'all, the Chiefs are for real. They have a dynasty. They have a dynasty. Now, it remains to be seen if Andy Reid, they win the Super Bowl, he might retire. I don't know, but I'm hearing that the word is that could be possible. That could be possible. And then I have to say that we had quite a game with the NFC Championship. I mean, the Lions and the Niners, I mean, wow. That was a close game. That was a true shootout. And it's crazy because it looked like Detroit was running away with it with how monster of a first half they had. But that just goes to show you keep playing until the final whistle. You keep playing until the final whistle. And San Francisco was able to come back and win the game. Had an awesome second half and just came back with it. Jared Goff, 25 of 41, 273 yards, a touchdown, sacked twice. A little something in the run game. David Montgomery, 15 carries, 93 yards, a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 12 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Jamison Williams had the one reverse for 42 yards and a touchdown. So a little something in the run game for sure. Sam Laporta, 9 catches, 97 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 7 catches, 87 yards. Jamison Williams, 2 catches, 25 yards, and a touchdown. And I think really costly was the Jahmyr Gibbs fumble that San Fran was able to recover and ended up scoring on that drive. But Alim McNeil had a sack. Tyson Alalu and Ifeatu Milawu both had half a sack. Malcolm Rodriguez did have a interception. So he did have an interception. The Niners, Brock Purdy, 20 of 31, 267 yards, a touchdown, an interception, sacked twice. C-Mac, run CMC, Christian McCaffrey, 20 carries, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brock Purdy even scrambled for a bit, 5 carries, 48 yards. Elijah Mitchell did have 4 carries, 7 yards, and a touchdown. For receiving, the return of Deebo Samuel. He had 8 catches, 89 yards. Brandon Ayuk, 3 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown, including a very impressive tipped catch. Great concentration. McCaffrey, 4 catches, 42 yards. So, little something there. And Nick Bosa got the 2 sacks. So, there was that. Jake Moody did miss 1 field goal. You know, he was 2 of 3. But I think when it really comes down to it, a lot of folks may look at the questionable, you know, the 2 4th down tries that Detroit failed on. They were 1 of 3. Both teams were 6 and 12 on 3rd down efficiency. I mean, like I said, it was a back and forth game. It was definitely a back and forth game. A very low penalized game. I mean, there were only 5 total penalties, 3 for the Niners, 2 for the Lions. So I mean, this was a shootout. This was definitely a shootout, and it came down to the wire. You know, the Lions dominated in the first half. The Niners dominated in the second half. And here we are. Here we are. Chiefs and Niners in the Super Bowl once again. But, you know, shout out to the Detroit Lions. You know, nothing to be ashamed of. They had an awesome season. They made it to the freaking NFC Championship. When was the last time they did that? You know? A lot of folks want to hate on the Detroit Lions. It's like, come on now. Like, they had a phenomenal season, and they've gotten better each season the past 3 seasons. So, you know, they just came up a little bit short. Just a little short. But, anyway, as far as Chiefs or Niners, well, part of me is picking the Niners to win, especially with, you know, Run CMC and defensive coordinator Steve Wilks. You know, shoot, it would be quite a slap in the face of David Tepper and the Carolina Panthers organization if the Niners win this Super Bowl. That means McCaffrey gets a ring, Steve Wilks gets a ring. Whew. I'm going to just leave it at that. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to check out the link to this description of Game Beauty. And let me know what y'all's thoughts are on the recent hires, the assistant coach hires for Dave Canales' staff. What did y'all think of the NFC and AFC championship games? And who are y'all picking to win the Super Bowl? Chiefs or Niners? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Carolina Panthers talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed evening, and I will see y'all in the next video. Laters.